Hello there, my dear friends and fellas. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. And by the way, happy Passover. It's me, Werty, and today we're going to have another look in our Passover theme of sharing knowledge. The series where I'm sharing knowledge with you, basically. And today we are going to talk about Passover, or in particular, table full of nothing. So, if you remember, at the last video, we covered the enthusiasm behind the cleaning and the fact that this is the only time of the year when we have a huge sales on cleaning products. Today we are going to take a look about what we actually eat. So, it's pretty simple. You just don't eat stuff that are made out of grain. But there is a huge disclaimer here. I don't know how it goes around the world, but here we have two different of kosher for Passover things. Kosher for Passover for bean eaters and kosher for Passover without any beans. Now, when I was only new in this Jewish thing, as you probably know, I'm a converted one, I didn't really know what the difference between them. So I dig down and I discovered that nowadays in Israel, because you know, bunch of Jews from all around the world are immigrated here, there are basically three groups of Jewish people with those thing of beans. Now, before we're going straight to that, it's time to talk about what does actually bean means. So, beans are a very short name for a lot of things that basically until the 80s, the 18th century, was nowhere to be found in Europe. And the things are beans, including peanuts, all types of them, rice, corn, and flours like canola, sunflower, and sesame. Those are basically the things. Some even say that rape, a kind of bok choy or something like that, I don't really know the name of that. Not the act, don't worry. Anyway, so this thing is also considered as beans in this situation, but I don't really know. It's kind of stupid for me. Anyway, so who is actually those bean eaters? So basically there are three groups of people in the Jewish world that are considering themselves in one way or another inside those groups. The European and North American ones that are not eating any of that, not bean, not corn, not rice, not anything. The second group are people usually from Morocco or in the Middle East who are eating certain types of beans, or no beans at all, but all other things they are eating just fine. And there are the third group that are most of the people in there nowadays, when you just eat everything and just don't eat the grains and what we described in the previous video as chametz. And why actually we do that? Now, I know that in Europe and North America, these bean eaters and not bean eaters doesn't even exist. And those types, I know from Jewish people who live there and my friends, they just don't eat it. It's considered as chametz, although it doesn't have anything to do with grain. But here in Israel it's very, very different and difficult, because from one aspect we are in the Middle East, and here, although we don't eat certain types of grain, just because some pronunciations that are very similar to the word chametz, such as hummus or sour stuff in Hebrew, hamutz or chometz, we don't eat it. But the other stuff, like me, we just continue with our families and stuff like that. Well, I don't, but you get the point. So that's it, basically. And it happened that in Passover I'm basically living out of matzah, beef, and potatoes. That's it. That's all I eat, basically. Even dairy products I'm not eating, because they usually contains canola and soy substance here in Israel. So this was me mumbling around as usual, and let me finish this video with very smart and sarcastic phrase that I read on another Passover a long time ago. I even prepared it. So the sentence goes, God bless the one who didn't eat in Passover beans, corn, rice, rape or canola, and stuffed eggs, and happily owned the honor to die at the last day out of starvation. So that was me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, I really appreciate it, and it means that I'm not doing it for nothing. Although I enjoy to talk to the camera and sound very, very fancy and such. And again, I'm sorry for this thing. I just again can't reveal my true identity. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.